Happy Easter, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make healthy angel eggs. These steps are for after you have boiled at least a dozen eggs and peeled them. It's really quick and easy to follow directions. If you have any questions or would like to see more videos like this, please leave them in the comments below, and let's begin. Now that I have all of my eggs nicely peeled, it's all looking nice and smooth, they're ready to be cut in half to make our angel eggs. It's so exciting. Also, a quick tip, something that you can do is save the leftover eggshells that you have and use them to put as compost in your garden for spring planting. Next, you want to cut each egg individually in halves as so, and place the yellow egg yolk section in a separate bowl. Make sure you're cutting them in this direction and not the opposite way, because they're really hard to work with when you do that and they just don't work out so well. Whew, okay, I managed to do all this without cutting my fingers, which is excellent. I crack myself up. Let me stop. And as you can see here, I've already cut my eggs in halves and placed the yolks separately in a bowl so that I can move on to the next step. And now for the messy part. You want to take your egg yolk in a separate bowl and mash it up with a fork or your hands. You can also use a plastic baggie or a food processor to crush it up, but I prefer using my hands and a fork because I feel like I can get it to the proper consistency that I like. Also, this is where a cutting board or a clean countertop come in handy because, like I said, it gets a little messy and you want to just make sure you're not getting it everywhere. Oh yeah, crushing it up with my hands. That's the good stuff. And now I have to wash my hands because it's stuck under my nails. I have a nice little setup here for you guys. I have my Greek yogurt, some mustard for taste, and some local raw honey from a local beekeeper. It tastes so delicious. I also have a tablespoon scooper so that way I can put the mustard in little bits at a time and it doesn't just get that sour mustardy taste because nobody likes too much of too much. And of course we have our egg yolk mixture as well, so we can go ahead and get started mixing things in. First, you want to add in 3/4 a cup of Greek yogurt and begin to stir the mixture up. I only add in a little bit of yogurt at a time so that way I get a good consistency and it's not too runny, but it's also not too thick. If I do plan on adding Greek yogurt in later on, that's after I've added my mustard, because mustard is a water-based, and if you have that and extra Greek yogurt, it tends to turn out really runny and that's not really good at all. Next, you want to add in your mustard, again using 1 tablespoon at a time. This gives you that control over the flavor, so you just add 1 tablespoon in and then mix it in and taste as you go to make sure it's the right flavor that you're going for. Also, after you have added in your mustard and gotten the flavor that you'd like, you can go back and add some extra Greek yogurt in case your mixture is too thick. Be careful that you don't add too much though, because it tends to get really runny. Now you can add in your honey. Use about a teaspoon at a time so that way you can control how sweet the flavor is. And you want it to have a evenness between that sour flavor from the mustard and the sweetness from the honey. Next, you want to take your egg yolk mixture and place it in a plastic baggie so that you can evenly disperse the mixture into each individual egg. A helpful tip that I like to use is I take my baggie and make sure that one corner is facing the bottom of the cup. Then I place the baggie over top of the cup and I scoop the mixture inside. This way it gives me a little bit more control and less of a mess to deal with. This method is also easier when you're trying to squeeze the egg yolk out of the bag versus scooping it with a spoon. Now that you have your egg yolk mixture properly sealed in the baggie, you want to cut the bottom corner tip of your baggie, so that way you can easily squeeze out the egg yolk mixture into an egg half. You want to make sure that you're squeezing gently so that way not a lot is coming out at once, because you'll just have a mess. And just take your time with it and have a little bit of fun. I tend to make sure that I store some angeled eggs for myself, because once they're gone, they're gone. And finally, you're going to season your angeled eggs with paprika. They look so pretty. I also made my own southwestern seasoning from scratch. I think it tastes really good and adds really good flavor to angeled eggs. If you would like the recipe, just shoot me a message and I would be happy to send that to you. I also made the eggs that I'm sprinkling the southwestern seasoning on with sweet pickled relish. Of course, the relish is optional because not everybody likes it, but I do. And that's all there is to it. Just make sure you cover those bad boys up and refrigerate them. Alright, and here are our healthy angeled eggs to serve to other people on Resurrection Day. Thanks again for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or tell me how you like it. Or if you actually make this recipe, I'd like if you send pictures and share it with me. That would be so awesome. And happy Easter!